Hello everybody! Today we're covering a topic I almost scrapped completely because it is so damn hard to come up with literally anything. We're breaking down the best tropes in dystopian fiction, aka finding the diamonds in a river of diarrhea. Before you get hyphy, I don't dislike dystopian fiction. In fact, one of my favorite books of all time is Dystopian. Hello! It's just that, as I'm sure you're aware, the young adult category took dystopian and ran with it. They pumped out so many books regurgitating the same story, and it made a lot of really cool dystopian tropes feel real tired. But I took it upon myself to find the sparkling gems in dystopian fiction that I personally love and do not feel are done to death, and now I'm sharing them with you today. It took a minute, but we're here now, and that's what counts. Before we get started, I am super excited to shout out World Anvil, who has generously sponsored today's video because they are awesome. I'm a big fan of World Anvil. They're basically the ultimate book bible for building your world or setting. If you're a writer or a game developer or you're into RPGs and you want to develop your own world, World Anvil has you covered. You can build your world privately or publicly. I personally prefer the private option because of spoilers. And I love the organization of the platform. You can upload articles, artwork, history. It's amazing. Even better, World Anvil recently released What You See Is What You Get, which is a text editor program that allows you to edit your text as you would any standard text editor. That means if you don't know coding, it's no problem. They also released a calendar module so you can track the days, months, lunar cycles, holidays, events, whatever occurs in your unique world. Lastly, they released global world announcements, which is a really cool marketing feature. You can upload announcements on every page of your world, which is a great way to announce book releases, signings, public speaking events, whatever you've got going on. World Anvil is already super affordable, but right now they're offering a 24-hour flash sale where you can get 20% off your 6-month or 12-month subscription. This is a great deal, but you gotta act fast because the flash sale only lasts for 24 hours. Afterward, the discount will be reduced to 15% off your 6-month or 12-month subscription. Use the code WORLDEMBER in order to claim your discount and get to building your awesome world. But first, let's show Dystopia a little bit of love, shall we? Number 1, stick it to the man. I feel like this is the number one reason anyone reads Dystopian. We hate authority and we want to see them get wrecked. The entire premise of Dystopian is an unjust society, so people typically go into the genre because they hate the man. They want to stick it to him. Sticking it to authority is a classic theme that never goes out of style because it never stops being relevant. Authority often is corrupt, and it leaves everyone on the outs in a vulnerable position. I think it's both a relevant and worthwhile theme to project, and I'm here for it because it so easily translates into real life. Number 2. Assholes. Morally gray characters are super fun to read about, and boy do they fuck shit up in dystopian novels. And dystopia is the ideal setting for a morally gray character, especially if they have evil leanings. How can people be 100% good if the world around them is utter trash? It's nature versus nurture, guys, and these people were nurtured by garbage. What I like about Dystopian is I know I'm probably going to be reading about some pretty despicable people, but somehow I'll enjoy them. I get to leave my values at the door and watch thieves and murderers fuck shit up for a while. It's great. On a similar note, number 3, Zero Moral Compass. Dystopian is one of those genres where quite often there really isn't a good and bad side. Instead, there's often a bad side and another bad side, or maybe a worse side, and it's your job to try and decide which pile of shit you support. Do I favor the militant government or the murderous bandit? It's so hard to choose. They're both lovely. I enjoy this because it's a change up from the norm. I love a good hero's journey, but sometimes it's fun to follow a dumpster fire human, especially if they were written that way intentionally. Plus, it's a harsh reality of the world we live in. Sometimes we're put in situations where we don't have many options, and the options we do have are crap. Number 4. Where's the revolution? This may shock you, but not every dystopian novel needs to be about a revolution. There isn't always a kid wrangling a ragtag crew trying to overthrow a corrupt society. I prefer to find my heroes in fantasy and sci-fi. When I go to dystopian, I'm not looking for a chosen one. Thus, I get really excited about dystopian stories that have a different plot. Literally anything else. Soylent Green covers pollution, overpopulation, and cannibalism. A Clockwork Orange covers gang violence, sociopaths, and free will. Call me crazy, but it's nice to see diversity in a genre. I don't want to read the same premise over and over again. Big shout out to all the dystopian writers out there who keep things interesting. You're the real heroes. Number 5, social expectations. You guys already know my favorite part of world building is culture, and when it comes to reading, that's no different. Dystopian stories often feature some kind of caste system, and while some are questionable at best, others are really unique and engaging. Are social expectations based on finances, gender, sex, sexuality, occupation, or some other arbitrary trait? I want to know how this society functions. I want to see what makes someone valued and what makes someone else worthless. People haven't always been judged based on the social determiners that we have today, so I find it really interesting to see what dystopian authors create in their societies. Number 6, sheeple. You know what's believable when creating a corrupt government? People who mindlessly support said corrupt government. So many readers talk shit about the sheeple characters they read about, claiming it's not realistic. Why are they supporting the government? It's clearly evil. Are you familiar with history? At all? This is how villains get into power. They have followers. You may think these people are stupid, and you're probably right, but that's how propaganda and manipulation work. And it's not that I enjoy sheeple characters, they're usually infuriating, but they're supposed to be that way. I like their existence because they add a layer of realism and conflict that is both engaging and necessary to the story. Number 7, no autonomy. One of the most prevalent themes in dystopian fiction is the lack of independence, freedom, and autonomy. Invasion of privacy, thought policing, not having ownership of your own body. These are all themes that are analyzed in dystopian, and I'm here for it. I think this is something that a lot of people can relate to on some level, which is what makes it so enticing to read about and makes the characters so sympathetic. It's a conflict I like to explore in my own writing, even though I don't write dystopian, because I just find it really relatable. I want to hear about how leadership is stripping people or person of their privacy, basic freedoms, and power, so I can nod along and say, yeah, fuck that guy. Number 8, are you clairvoyant? Have you noticed that a lot of dystopian novels seem to predict the future? Funny how that works. As much crap as this genre gets, it's one of 2 that has this ability, and I think that's pretty cool. Depressing because we're watching our society turn into a hellscape, but cool. Writers often write about themes they care about, injustices they have seen or experienced. So if whatever they were writing about was a problem back when they conceptualized the story, it makes sense that over time, that problem might get a shit ton worse. As much as I hate to watch the world burn, it's pretty interesting to see these stories written decades or even centuries ago come to fruition. Number 9. Drugs. People have been getting high for centuries, and that sure in hell isn't gonna change in a dystopian future. If anything, they need drugs even more, cause shit sucks. I find it interesting to see the new and unique drugs and hallucinogens that people come up with specifically in dystopian fiction, because they've got a ton of real weird shit. Milk Plus? I hate the taste of milk, but I'm intrigued. Tell me more. It just makes sense for people to be getting fucked up when the world around them is also fucked up. And I like that element of creativity. You're combining a whimsical imagination with something scandalous and filthy. And that's right up my alley. And number 10, the unhappy ending. But Jenna, you said you prefer happy endings. I do! In the appropriate genres. For a majority of the books I read, I want the hero to win. I want the lovebirds to end up together. I want the bad guy to kick the bucket. But then there are genres like horror, thriller, or dystopian where the entire ambiance is bleak and grim. I'm not expecting a happy ending there. Dystopian is about dystopias. It's a genre centered around suffering. I know what I'm getting myself into with these books. And a 16-year-old who saves the world from destruction because she finally figured out which boy she wants to suck face with. isn't doing it for me. As much as I love a happy ending, the dystopian genre is often an examination of the worst parts of our culture, and I expect that shit to go down in a fiery blaze of glory. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you to World Anvil for sponsoring today's video. If you are writing fantasy, sci-fi, or dystopian and you want to build an amazing world, definitely check them out. They are so helpful. Don't forget, they've got a 24-hour flash sale going on. You can get 20% off your 6-month or 12-month subscription using the code WORLDEMBER. If you miss the flash sale, you can get 15% off your 6-month or 12-month subscription with the same code. Act fast! Get the discount now! Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos on Wednesdays, and if you want to be alerted as soon as I upload, ring that bell. The Savior's Champion is available in ebook, paperback, hardback, signed hardback, as well as audiobook. If you are new to audiobooks, you can listen to TSC on Audible for free. I have all the information listed below. My Black Friday sale at my merch store is in just a couple of days. Be on the lookout. You can get tons of cool stuff. And be sure to follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram, Tumblr, Facebook, and of course, you can tweet me at Jenna Moreci. Bye!
This is Wimbledon. If you haven't subscribed to Jenna's channel, then by all means, go for it. The people will love you for it. Go on, press the button, ding that bell. See you soon.